It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
He takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a first down throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Falk.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. Through the middle of the field.
And down to the 7-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a good
touchdown, Browns.
Javonte Williams.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done. And on the opening drive of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. First carry for Najee Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. You look at this Browns defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now they'll change things up. On 3rd and 1, Griffin. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The Steelers at 6 and 2 to start play. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. So their defense gave up the opening drive touchdown, and now, Charles, they're going to look to work this ball down the field and get the equalizer.
Yeah, there's got to be a little bit of balance in how you're thinking and how you're approaching this game, because the way things go in the NFL today, that opening touchdown often changes your strategy. You feel like you have to match everything right here, right now. But I like the way they're being methodical on offense here in their first drive, hoping to get the equalizer, but not forcing anything.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Griffin. He's airing it out for Williams. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. A give to Williams, running right. Runs through the contact, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Steeler defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 21 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Falk. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll give the Browns a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw he went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On 1st and 10, Falk. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll start the drive with Harris.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now here's a throw that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Throwing now, Griffin on 1st down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Gibbs.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and goal from the 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's the fullback with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Falk.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
To throw, Falk.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Mika Fitzpatrick.
I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Griffin to throw.
Finds Pickens outright.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, here's Gibbs. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be fourth down. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Browns set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The play fake. Now Falk. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Falk looks to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. Now here's Falk. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that, and they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
On first down, Griffin.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Down the right sideline.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. The try here for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception, Griffin. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slam.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Hand off down to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Griffin. It's complete to Williams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Griffin. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Griffin on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Griffin. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again, Griffin. Caught, it's Wilson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now 2nd and 5.
Here's Griffin. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect we'll go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Drake May, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Broncos still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. Harris starts the drive on the ground, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 31, here's the 2nd down and 6. Gibbs straight ahead. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 80 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They snap it at 1. Now it's Griffin. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and 6. Griffin. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 1 now. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Oh, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point attempt to come here. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
It's Williams on the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Here's Falk. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, it's Falk. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Williams will try again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Williams is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Talk about controlling the football and controlling the drive. And with runs like that, they'll continue to do exactly that.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 3. Now run by Gibbs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 101 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And Gibbs has it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll run with Gibbs. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jahmyr Gibbs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Point after here coming up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Falk. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. It's Falk out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Falk. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sand.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. And the pressure gets to him again.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
On second down, here's Griffin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have in that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Second and 10. And now an audible here into something else.
Now it's Griffin.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning to get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
Now Griffin. Eluding the pressure right.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. They'll try the right side with Harris.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
And they'll accept that penalty. Now 1st and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So now the Browns down by 4, 47 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He's back to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
They'll look to throw. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Here's 2nd down.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Pittsburgh, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.